That's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks, to there's no arguing it. There's no debating it. There's no is there nuance here? Notre Dame season is a complete failure. Edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it, subscribe if you want to see me stroke out live on the air. Thumbs up helps me as well. Notifications on that way you're alerted every time I blow a gasket. Twitter, search bar Always Irish or at alwaysirishINC. Emails alwaysirishND@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it. The call-in lines 312-988-15. A lot of people called John and told him all they heard and seen, and nobody liked it. Instagram, Facebook, Always Irish Inc. USA Today, Fighting Irish Wire. Read all about it. Patreon.com/ gotta have the / Always Irish. Mike Goolsby, former Notre Dame captain, and myself talking Notre Dame with you. All right. So, having a few minutes to reflect on the Notre Dame Clemson game and the call-in show, the Misery 1-800-MISERY hotline. Here's a couple things in my mind. Here's number one. I am depressed that I am not nearly as sad and beside myself after this loss compared to the other two, Louisville and everything that went into that, how it felt and looked and all that. And then obviously Ohio State and all that, how that felt and all that. I am depressed that I'm not more devastated with this one, but I can't be because there already wasn't enough on the line. You lose your first game of the year, there goes an undefeated and your number one, that dream or play, it's gone. You lose your second game, then you have no hope for the playoff and you're dead. Now you have your third. It's just, you're done. This whole year is a failure. And I'm upset that we lost a game and there wasn't even enough on the line that we lost by losing it that I could be devastated over it. That's how unacceptable this has become now. You know, the goal this year, bringing Armin in here and doing all that, it was playoff, shot at a playoff. Then you have two losses by the first weekend of October, and it's like, hold on, maybe you could get to an end, New Year's 6, knock off that big bowl loss record and do that, and that would at least be a springboard, and you could feel good about that. And that would have also meant that you went 2-1 in the Big Three and not 1-2 like you did last year against Ohio State, USC, and these guys. You played the game today that you just couldn't play. Why is there background noise on my computer? You played the game today you could not afford to play. And because of it, the whole year's a failure. By any measure of any Notre Dame person, any way you wanted to measure this year's a failure. F. Not good enough. John, tough schedule, and we're trying to redo the roster and this and that. I understand all that, and I'm accounting for that when I say it's still a failure. None of your big picture goals are reached. None of your short-term goals are reached. Failure. Not good enough. Now, here's the good news. There is good news, in my opinion. The benefit of this being a objective, black and white, not nuanced, not up for debate failure kind of makes things a little more clear moving forward. If you went 10-2 and ended up coming back and getting through this game or whatever, and you ended up 10-2 and until the bowl game, there would be debate of like, was this a good year or not? You didn't make the playoff, and you had two horrible losses in different ways that felt really bad. Where are we really at? This eliminates all that. That's the silver lining. You already weren't playing for anything that mattered at all. And now we're going to be in one of those embarrassing bowl games during the work week when everybody's working and there's 14 people there. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. The benefit is, though, now the calculations changed. The entire calculus on all this has changed. There is no debate about how this year you failed. Now the rest of this is about identifying the biggest reasons why and the biggest solutions for it. That's it. So coaches, players, whatever it is that you need to figure out, you got to figure it out. The Hartman experience failed. Failure. Do you want to blame Sam that you don't think you got what you were hoping he would be able to deliver? Do you want to blame the wide receiver situation and those that came before and whoever's there now and whoever's coaching before and whatever's going on? If you want to blame Sam for not being what you thought he was going to deliver, Parker, the depth, whatever it is, the O-line at times, yes, go ahead and blame it all. None of it's good enough. You were out of playoff contention the first weekend of October, and now you're playing in the Camping World Bowl. I just can't. It's a failure. So the good news is now you get to evaluate. But the idea, we asked when we were building up this game. They're 4-4. So we got them right where we want them, and we're about ready to just, punch them out and finish them? Or are we walking into a Dabo Hornets nest here with them all pissed off, ready to go at you? You got your answer. And Notre Dame had no answers. You played, if you're Notre Dame, you played the exact game you could not play to win this game. Everything. You did it. You made all the exact mistakes you can't make to win this game. Like, the parts of the team that couldn't be bad were bad in this game. You did it all. Especially the first half. It was literally the exact inverse of what we had last year when Clemson came to us and we beat them bad. You had the opposite of that. In every way. Special teams mistakes, pick six, special teams mistakes. They ran pretty much 2 offensive plays all day, and you didn't do a good job stopping them. A slant and a draw, couldn't stop it. Klubnik struggles all year, whatever, hero of the day today. Oh, Maffa, the backup. I know he's good. I know he came in averaging 6 yards a carry. And I know certain Clemson people wanted him to get more of a role even before Shipley got hurt. People wanted him to get more of a role. Notre Dame laid a big fat egg, and I ain't here for it, man. I have no patience for this. Bad offense. Sloppy tackling, special teams mistakes, 6th-year quarterback making amateur hour mistakes. It was a team-losing effort. The discussion of whether this year was a success or not largely hung on this result being the last of the big games and the one that would have tipped your ledger from 1-2 in those last year to 2-1. This was a big one, man. New Year's 6 on the line. The only last bastion of hope of feeling good about the year ending would be to win a New Year's 6. You blew it. Unacceptable failure. It's not good enough. You're not good enough. The coaching's not good enough. The plans aren't good enough. The execution's not good enough. You ain't good enough, and you're not particularly close. Just you name an area. Special teams, muff punt, bad bounce, Tyree, not your day back there right after I got excited. Not your day back there. The offense, genuinely horrific. Painful. Watching Notre Dame's offense run it causes physical pain. It is that bad. There's that little rhythm. There's that little flow. There's that little creativity, playmaking. It's not good. Estime's great. Go to the league, man. Don't let us hold you down. Go to the league, big dog. Don't let us ruin you. It's not good, and for a lot of reasons. And that's a problem too. Because I can't just go, it's this one thing and then we'd be fixed. You got problems all over that offense. The 6-year guy, you're seeing why he isn't in the league. And I don't know if he's like, whatever, we're not going to the playoff. Now, I don't know, but that doesn't look good enough with him. The play calling's garbage. The execution of it's garbage. All of it's bad. That wide receiver room is nowhere near the real world. Nowhere near the real world still. Not even close. Defense, yeah, you tighten it up later. But, dude, you got shredded by 2 plays all day. Slants and draws, pretty much, and you couldn't stop either, and you got shredded. Tackling got bad again. I don't know how. Tackling got bad again. Not good enough. Telling you, man. Notre Dame has a weird way of making everybody have a career day and like making them a headline name. Maffa, congratulations. And Klubnik, turnover machine, pick 6 machine to everybody else. That kid was throwing those slants and there's no way to get inside leverage and it was a first down every time. Why the F can't we do that? Horrific. So I get that the defense, came alive in the second half and did kind of got us back in the game. And then what does the offense do? I mean, it really seemed like the Notre Dame defense started being able to figure out what Clemson was doing and stopped them. 6 drives, no points by Notre Dame and your 6th-year quarterback. You were a failure. This is all a failure. It's a failed experiment. Parker's a failed experiment. The Hartman thing's a failed experiment. And some of it's Hartman's limitations. Some of it's everything else. But the reality is the year's ruined now. We're not going anywhere, and Hartman's gone, so he's kind of out of sight, out of mind to me now anyways. Now I got to look to the future. That's the other thing I need now. I don't give a rat's anus about what bowl game you go to now and how bad you're going to beat Wake or Stanford or win one or lose one. The year is ruined. I know I could say this because my job's not on the line coaching. Empty out the benches. I want to see the young guys play. I don't give a shit. The older guys have forfeited the right to be out there all the time by losing 3 games. You're done. You're dead to me. Let me get the young guys in there to see the future. Let me see the future. Give Angeli time. Give Minchie time. I want to see some other guys. The older guys have not earned the right to be out there anymore. You're losing games you can't lose. You have failed. Now it's time to see what we have in the development. Oh, John, you can't risk losing to Wake or Stanford by putting Angeli out there. How much worse could the Notre Dame offense be with Steve Angeli or Minchie compared to Hartman? How much worse? I'm dead serious. I'm not being sarcastic. How much freaking worse do you think it could get? Look at some of these stats. Oh, John, you're being an idiot. There's no way you could put the younger guys in. What if we lose another game? Oh, my God, we're already in the toilet bowl anyways. What does it matter what bowl you're in? Sam Hartman, 13 for 30, 146 yards, 2 interceptions. Year 6 against Clemson, New Year 6 on the line. That's your stat line, bro. You're telling me Angeli and Minchie couldn't go 13 of 30, 150 yards and 2 interceptions and a pick 6? All right. Things are a lot more worse than I thought then. If you don't even think those guys could do that good, not to mention they're not going to be playing athletes as good as Clemson's either. You're not going to play athletes as good as theirs on the back end. But my thought is, Hartman, you're dead to me. We're not getting to any bowl game I cared to. You're not playing for anything that matters. You came here, you tried, you failed, we failed. Your usefulness is up here. All the goals are failed, and there's nothing else. There's no more development. There's no nothing. All of our goals are ruined. You're not reaching any of them. I'm sorry. It's just a failed experiment. Other than he got a lot of money. Good for him. That's how the game. I'm not hating on him. Good for him. The reality is, Notre Dame played the kind of game you could not afford to play in the worst moment. And that's exactly what they did. They played the exact game Clemson played at our place last year. You just can't do it. And in that second half, Clemson begged Notre Dame to come back. They begged Notre Dame to come back. Notre Dame's offense said, nope, not for us. No thanks, not interested. Beyond bad. It's like, who do you want to blame for that offensive? All of them. All of them. It's not good enough. Hartman, Parker, wide receivers, O-line. Like, no, you're not good enough. You're not good enough. Go away. Go bye-bye. You're not good enough. Go. Go away. You're not good enough. Parker, sorry, dude. You're coaching tight ends or you're out of here. Done. Done. At least out of this, you figured all that out. Done. One and done, bro. And if it's not one and done, then Freeman's in big trouble because then he's showing that loyalty to a guy who hasn't earned it. He's going to go down too. Then we're double screwed. So this is all on me counting that Freeman seeing the realities we're seeing. This guy shouldn't be calling plays. 183 rushing yards. I mean, whatever, man. Sam Hartman had 68 of them. I don't think that was the plan. Unbelievable. It's just, look at this wide receiving from Notre Dame. Estimate 4 catches. Tyree 4. Your wide receivers. The lacrosse walk-on had the most catches of anybody in the room. You're a failure. Whatever you're doing there is a failure. What Kelly did before it to put you in this position you're trying to dig out of is a failure. None of it's good enough. What came before that caused this problem isn't good. And whatever you're trying to do to dig out of it is not working. It ain't good enough. It's not good enough. So it's just incredibly disappointing. This entire year was a failed waste of time. That's it. This is Notre Dame. This was supposed to all be different with Hartman and whatever and this and that. And it's year 2 and then all that. Playoff was the goal. You failed that. People, I think, could be talked into like winning a New Year's 6 is a sign of growth and progress. You failed that too. There is nothing else. This year is a failure. I can't think of anything good to take from it. Like all the good defensive stuff you did throughout the year at times, doesn't matter really. Does it? This is a team game, and I'm sick of Notre Dame's offense being the part for 30 years now that lets the team down at every big moment. Total joke. Let me look at something on the team stats here. Give me a sec. Third down efficiency, 3 of 13. You're a failure, Notre Dame. Fourth down efficiency, 0-1. You're a failure, Notre Dame. Total yards, 329. You suck. What did they have? 285. They suck too. Sorry, not good enough. 146 yards passing. Penalties, 5 for 40 for us. What did they have? 0. They played a perfect game. No rules broken. No holding at all. Like, I know it's not their fault we lost, but no. Like, they had no penalties at home. ACC cooking, baby. Telling me they played a perfect game. Get out of here. Unbelievable. You played the game you couldn't play. And I'm going to finish with this. I'm circling back here. The best part of this is there is no nuance to be discussed. There is no, well, was this a good year or not? This sealed it. 10-2 would have been right on that edge of debating how successful this was. This leaves no doubt failure. So Freeman, to save his own career here in professional coaching image, head coaching image, he needs to really look at everything in the program. What's trending up? What's treading water? What's trending down? That's what needs to happen now. And to me, there's some very obvious things here. But really disappointing. This is a failed year for Notre Dame by any metric, any fan or media person had. There is no way to say it was successful. It's super disappointing. You're not close to being good enough, and big decisions and changes need to happen. Have a good one, or as good as it could be.